When I talk to Africans back home, they're not as worried about coronavirus as they're worried about dying from hunger. And that's a statistic that just makes you feel sick to your stomach when it is so easy for us to just walk across the street to the grocery store and, stock our fridges. They don't have that option. I'm so thankful for all the support that we received when we tested positive. I mean, my family was calling every day. Everyone was really concerned. But I can't even think about having that sympathy when I look at people who are living in these rural areas. It just almost feels laughable. We were in this house. We had the luxury of being together. We had a garden. We had all these things that when you look at situations like the ones that are in these rural communities, that's not even an option. If you're living in these rural communities, you're not getting stimulus checks. You're not having hand sanitizer. You don't get to stock up on toilet paper. You don't get to speak to a doctor. It's such a disparity. I was born in Canada. I'm a Canadian and definitely proud to be Canadian, especially considering how they've reacted in response to everything that's going on. Canada has given funds now to help support a lot of the health and education crisis that's happening around the world, and rightfully so supporting Canadians as they need as much help as they can right now. Helping agriculture is a direct link to pushing back poverty. When people think of the agriculture in Africa, they're like, how is that stopping? People in rural communities will go and leave the cities and go back into sort of the more rural areas where they get their food support from small farmers who work in informal markets. If you have farmers there that have been cultivating these seeds and now all the informal markets are closed because of the lockdown, they don't have anywhere to sell that produce. They can't just pick up again at where they left off when this is over. They have to regrow everything that they've done. They have to start from scratch. If you have roads that are blocked, how are they going to transport any of that produce that they're growing? My mom is a Somali Canadian. She came to Canada in the 80s, and she always stressed the importance of, she comes from a rural community, the importance of taking care of the people back home and always thinking of them and being proud to be a Somali Canadian. So I think a lot of my love for Africa comes from her. My mom was abused, and we lived through that a lot of my younger life, and seeing her strength and her resilience getting through that situation, just watching her overcome that, she's my hero, and she always will be, and it just made me want to support women and girls as much as I can. She has constant criticism, but it's healthy, constructive criticism. She'll be calling me and saying, well, how about this? Have you thought about this? Great, you're working with Eva, but we need to raise the profile of these farmers who really need the help. So she's always thinking of other people. And I hope I can even, live up to her in any way.